días otra vez, aquí estamos, and I'm still wearing the green shirt. So, it must be grammar time. We're going to talk about articles, gender, and number right now. And this is one of the weirdest things for non-Spanish or German or French speakers, or just native English speakers, because we really don't have a lot of gender built into our language. In Spanish, everything has gender. It's masculine or feminine. So when I hold up this book, I'm not just talking about books, folks. I'm talking about male books, masculine. And when Nisha sits in that chair, she's just not sitting in a chair. She's sitting in a feminine chair. And she's aware of it in every way. Because in Spanish, when we talk about objects, we talk about them in terms of whether masculine or feminine and singular or plural. We call that gender and number. The easiest thing, the easiest rule of thumb, that means it's the one we all remember, is that nouns that end in O, like libro, tend to be masculine. Nouns that end in A, like silla, tend to be feminine. In fact, they're almost always feminine, with a couple of exceptions. So that's the easiest. When you see a noun and it ends in an O, you go, that's masculine. If it's an A, that's feminine. That's simple. We have a couple of more rules. The book points them out. I've written a few of them on the board. If my famous cameraman can see that. Words that end in O are masculine, A, but also some other feminine endings are dad, like universidad, sion for like nación, nation, or sion with an S for composición, composition. We also have this kind of masculine trick, and that is there were a couple of words that end in ma and pa that look like they should be what, Nisha?
Feminine.
Feminine, but they're not, are they? No. Do you know why?
Because they're masculine.
Because they're, man, you sure you don't want to do this? No, actually, that's right, because they're masculine, and they're masculine because they don't come, where do most Spanish words come from? What language? Anybody know? Latin, that's where they came from. But these didn't. These words that are like this, like mapa and problema, come from another language. They come from Greek, actually from the second declension in Greek. That's free trivia. You didn't pay for that. And that's why they're masculine. So you have to watch out with a couple of words that in ma and pa that can also be masculine. Now, we know what's masculine and what's feminine. We also, in Spanish, just like in English, we use articles. And for those of you who don't know, it's okay, because I didn't know before I started studying Spanish many, many years ago. A definite article is the in English, and an indefinite article is a or an. And the way we say a definite article in Spanish, that's the, is el for masculine, and la for feminine. And la is the easy one. Why? Because it ends in an a. And a words can be feminine. And then in the indefinite for a or an, un is the masculine, and una is the feminine. So to put that in practice, if I had libro, and it ends in an O, so it's probably,
masculine.
and we know it is, because we know we like these masculine books, probably says something about why men are boring. We have, if we're going to use the book, and it's masculine, we use what? El or la?
El.
El libro. El libro. But if we have silla, and it's feminine, we have la silla. The same thing with the indefinite articles. The indefinite articles, we have un libro for a book, but una silla for a. So now that we've got that down, that we know what's singular and, that we know the feminine and masculine of the nouns and how to put the definite, indefinite articles, the singular parts with them, let's talk about number. Because not only are things masculine and feminine, but they're also singular and plural. So if we had these same nouns, let's say libro and silla, the way we make them plural is we add an S. That's the same way we do in English for the most part. So libro becomes libros, and silla becomes sillas. But what if a noun doesn't end in a vowel? Like actividad. It ends in a D. Well, the rule for that is if it ends in a consonant, we just add es. So actividad becomes actividades. It's as simple as that. Now, when it comes to putting articles with plural nouns, we do the same thing we did with the singular articles, we just have different forms. So we have los and las for the definite articles that are plural, and unos and unas for the indefinite articles that are plural. So for libros, again, we have los libros, but for sillas, we have las sillas. And when it comes to indefinite articles, we have unos libros and unas sillas. Now, I think that about covers it.